Welcome to our channel. Today we'll show you a 2009 American science fiction action film titled Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen. It is the second installment in the live-action Transformers film series. The story revolves around Optimus Prime, leader of the Autobots, and Sam Witwicky, who's caught once again in the war between the Autobots and Decepticons led by Megatron. Spoilers ahead, watch out and take care. Optimus Prime states in a monologue that the fates of Cybertron, homeworld of the Autobots and Decepticons on Earth, have been interlocked for longer than either race could have suspected. The earliest Autobots have visited Earth millennia prior to the first film. The scene from 17,000 BC shows the Fallen attacking primitive tribesmen around Egypt, as Autobots and Decepticons fight among a Cybertonian object. Cut to present-day Shanghai, Captain Lennox and his team Nest are pursuing two Decepticons through the city. A giant construction called Demolisher and a silver car flees the scene. Captain Lennox calls in Ironhide, Sideswipe, the twins, Jolt and Arcee to help take them down. Ironhide splits the silver Decepticon car in half as it reaches an alleyway, but the construction escapes the initial dragnet. Sergeant Epps calls in Optimus Prime to finish it off before it can total all of Shanghai. A giant freight plane carries Optimus over Shanghai, and Optimus parachutes down. He transforms into his truck mode and pursues Demolisher through the city before transforming again and jumping on it. He blasts it off the road and the military surrounds it. Demolisher looks at Optimus and tells him, "This planet is not yours to rule over. The Fallen will rise once again." Optimus tells him, "Not while I'm around," and shoots Demolisher in the head, killing it. Sergeant Epps and Captain Lennox wonders what the warning means. Meanwhile, Soundwave, a Decepticon intelligence officer, hijacks a US satellite to listen in on encrypted conversations between the military and Nest. Back in the United States, Sam Witwicky goes through his old clothes, and a shard of the Allspark falls out of the sweater he wore when he killed Megatron. Sam picks up the shard, which activates and causes Sam to have flashes of ancient Cybertonian symbols. The spark burns a hole through the floor and turns all the kitchen appliances into mini Decepticons. Sam struggles to put out the fire in his room before he's attacked by the kitchen Transformers. Sam jumps out of his window and drags Ron behind their fountain in order to get cover. Sam calls in Bumblebee to defend them, and Bumblebee ends up destroying half the house. Judy freaks out, but Ron tells her that the government will pay for the remodeling. Judy tells Sam that Bumblebee needs to leave. Michaela arrives and asks what happened, but Sam brushes the question off and gives her the shard of the Allspark to hide. Unbeknownst to them, Wheelie, a Decepticon that transforms into an RV, has tracked the pulse and starts following Michaela. Sam tells Bumblebee that he can't bring him to college with him since freshmen aren't allowed to have cars. Bumblebee is upset but accepts it. Michaela and Sam share a moment together before the Witwickies leave for college. Sam moves into her dorm and meets his new roommate, Leo Spitz. They share that moment where they see if they are both normal and can be relied on. Leo shows Sam that he runs an alien conspiracy website that focuses on Transformers activity, which world leaders have been covering up for the past 2 years. Leo's main competition is a site run by RoboWarrior, a user who owns his own Transformers base site. Sam and Leo get off on the wrong foot and Sam asks for a room switch. However, this is denied, so Sam deals with it. He runs into Judy, high off of pot brownies she mistook for all-natural brownies, telling girls about how she heard Michaela take Sam's virginity a few weeks later. Sam and Ron take her back to the car, and the Witwickies part ways. Back at Nest headquarters, Optimus Prime and Captain Lennox debriefs General Shower on the activities of the Decepticons around the globe for the last 2 years. The Decepticons have been looking for something, but they have no idea what. National Security Advisor Galloway wants to banish all the Autobots from Earth since he feels that they are the reason the Decepticons are still on Earth. Optimus tells Galloway that if asked to leave, the Autobots will do so, but cautions Galloway as to the detrimental effects it would have on the human race if this theory is incorrect. Soundwave listens to all this and discovers where another shard of the Allspark is being held in Nest headquarters and where Megatron's body is located. Soundwave sends Decepticon Ravage to infiltrate Nest and recover the shard of the Allspark. Ravage successfully steals the shard from its maximum security vault and leaves. At the Laurentian Abyss, a submarine is surveying Megatron's grave when 5 Decepticons go underwater and recover Megatron. They use one of the other Decepticon sparks to ignite Megatron's, and resurrected Megatron and company fly off to the Decepticon base. Megatron is pissed that Starscream left him to die in the last film. But instead of killing Starscream, he goes over to the Fallen and apologizes for the destruction of the Allspark. His master tells Megatron that if they take care of Optimus Prime, the Fallen will be able to reconquer Earth using an alternative source of Cybertronian energy hidden on the planet. That night, Michaela and Sam are supposed to have their first web chat date. Unfortunately, Leo drags Sam to a frat party where a mysterious girl named Alice watches Sam from afar. While looking at a symbol on a cake, Sam has flashes of the symbols and starts drawing them with frosting. Alice watches this with interest and begins hitting on Sam. Sam tries to get away and successfully does so when Bumblebee arrives at the party. Sam gets in the car, but Alice does as well. Bumblebee takes Sam to a graveyard where he meets with Optimus Prime. Optimus tells Sam that Galloway wants to send the Autobots away and asks Sam to be their ambassador to the world leaders. Sam tells Optimus that he's just a random kid and isn't important. He tells Optimus that he's not part of their war and leaves. During his first class, Sam listens to his sleazy astronomy teacher, Professor Colin, gives his opening lecture and hits on some of the younger women in the class. Sam starts seeing the symbols and then reads through his 894-page textbook in a minute. He interrupts the class and tells Colin it's all wrong and writes complex calculations on the board before being kicked out of the class. Realizing that the spark-infused Cybertronian knowledge into his brain, he calls Michaela. With Sam's outbreaks worsening, Michaela arrives at the campus just as Alice is revealed to be a Decepticon pretender by wrapping her 8-foot metal tongue around Sam and tossing him around the room. Leo and Michaela return upon hearing the commotion and Sam breaks free. The trio then runs as Alice launches a full-scale attack on the dorm to capture and neutralize Sam. Later, they're seized by the Decepticon Grindor. He prepares to remove Sam's brain, but Optimus and Bumblebee turn up and rescue him. In an ensuing fight, Optimus engages Megatron, Grindor, and Starscream. Optimus manages to kill Grindor and rip off Starscream's arm, but during a momentary distraction while searching for Sam, he's blindsided, then impaled and blasted through the chest by Megatron and dies. Megatron and Starscream depart as the Autobot team arrives to rescue Sam, unable to save Optimus. After Prime's death, the Fallen is freed from his captivity and Megatron orders a full-scale assault on the planet. The Fallen speaks to the world and demands they surrender Sam to the Decepticons or they will continue their attack. Sam, Michaela, Leo, Bumblebee, the twins, and Wheelie regroup, and Leo suggests his online rival, Robo-Warrior, may be of assistance. Robo-Warrior is revealed to be former Sector 7 agent Simmons, who informs the group that the symbols should be readable for a Decepticon. Michaela then releases Wheelie, who can't read the language but identifies it as that of the Primes, and directs the group to a Decepticon seeker named Jetfire. They then find Jetfire, the F. Udvar Hazy Setter, and reactivate him via the shard of the Allspark. After teleporting the group to Egypt, Jetfire explains that only a Prime can kill the Fallen, and translates the symbols which contain a riddle that sets the location of the Matrix of Leadership somewhere in the surrounding desert. By following the clues, the group arrives at the tomb where they ultimately find the Matrix, but it crumbles to dust in Sam's hands. Believing the Matrix can still revive Optimus, Sam collects the dust and instructs Simmons to call Major William Lennox to bring the other Autobots and Optimus's body. The military arrives with the Autobots, but so do the Decepticons and a battle ensues. During the fight, Decepticon Devastator is formed and unearths the Sun Harvester from inside one of the pyramids before being destroyed by the US military with the help of Agent Simmons. Jetfire arrives and destroys Mixmaster, but is mortally wounded by Skork Ponok. The Air Force bombs the Decepticons, but Megatron breaks through the offensive and kills Sam. While dead, Sam is contacted by the Dynasty of the Primes, who, acknowledging his courage and dedication to Optimus, revive him and rebuild the Matrix of Leadership. Sam goes on to revive Optimus just in time before the Fallen ambushed him and his allies, slaughtering a few soldiers, and takes off with Matrix to activate the Harvester. Jetfire sacrifices himself to have Optimus use his parts to fly to the Harvester and successfully destroys it. Optimus engages the Fallen and gets the upper hand until Megatron interferes. Optimus easily defeats Megatron and cripples him, who calls Starscream for help. The Fallen fights Optimus again and starts to tear his new armor apart, but Optimus injures him easily. Wounded, the Fallen attempts to escape, but Optimus rips his spark out from his chest, finally killing him, all while Megatron watches in horror. After agreeing to a suggestion to retreat, Megatron, who's now the leader of the Decepticons once more, vows revenge and retreats with Starscream. The film ends with Optimus, who's alongside Sam on an aircraft carrier, sending a message into space saying that the humans and Transformers both share a common past. An after-credit scene shows Sam returning to college and being welcomed back to his astronomy class. Professor Colin welcomes him back with a sarcastic, "I'm glad baby Einstein could grace us with his presence," to which Sam retorts, "Yeah, I've been a little busy." And that's all about this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to stay up to date with such interesting movie recap videos.